What do teachers think are the biggest hurdles to preventing dropouts? And what do they see as ways to clear the pathway to high school graduation for their students? Casey Goodson, who teaches 8th grade English at Live Oak Middle School in suburban Livingston Parish, says,
the greatest challenge is probably student apathy. They just don't see education as important, and they see it as a hindrance to their lives. And I would want them to have the desire to go to school and see it as an opportunity.
Sarah Cotton also teaches 8th grade at Vidalia Junior High in rural Concordia Parish. A 40-year veteran of the classroom, she says many students need to be pushed in the right direction.
The single most important reason that they drop out is lack of motivation. This can split into motivation of the child and motivation of the parent. So many of our children can't see themselves past tomorrow. Therefore, the motivation is very low. And unfortunately, parents don't try to help them past tomorrow. And this creates a feeling of, I can't do it, I won't do it. And they see no other thing to do but drop out.
Angela Cotton, who also teaches 8th grade at Vidalia Middle, agrees.
Our biggest ally and who is hindering our progress is the same person. It's the parents. I feel like we need our parents to help encourage. And when they don't do that, then our kids don't feel like they have to graduate and they feel like they can drop out.
Cotton used to teach 1st grade and says she sees a huge difference in parental involvement between the two age groups.
Somewhere in between elementary school and middle school, our parent involvement kind of drops off. And I think in order for education to be important to our kids, their parents have to believe it's important and kind of push them at home also.
But Destiny Cooper, who teaches 12th grade at what could be termed an inner-city school, McKinley High in Baton Rouge, disagrees with Cotton's assessment of the problem.
I really do think that a lot of people look in and take one example of a bad parent, just like they take one example of a bad teacher and smatter it over the whole situation. And that's not the case. Most of the parents that I deal with support their kids and want them to do well. A lot of them are working 2 jobs or are doing, whatever they have to do to support that child.
Cooper sees the dropout problem as a much broader issue.
I'm not sure there's a single most important reason. A lot of times it depends on the student. If I had to pin it to one reason for local students, it would be that kids who live in poverty don't get the same resources of kids who do not live in poverty. And I think that's tied to a lot of social anomalies here, particularly being in the South. I think that we need support systems and resources. And by resources, I don't just mean more money. I mostly mean human resources.
What resources are these teachers using to keep their students on track for high school graduation? Sarah Cotton says she asks other students to work with their at-risk classmates.
You can get peer workers. That way you involve those who are on a higher level, and they can help the younger, the ones that are on a lower level. Therefore, you're helping both, and actually what they're doing is helping themselves.
Back at Live Oak Middle School, Casey Goodson says she finds fellow faculty members to help with getting a potential dropout back on track.
Coaches are great allies. When I have a problem with a student, I can take that student to his or her sports coach, and they give great advice to the students and really encourage them.
Sarah Cotton says dropout prevention has to reach beyond the schoolhouse doors.
We all need to pull together. The community can help us financially, but more importantly, they can come into the classroom and they can assist in many other ways through the Choices program, where we have representatives of businesses come in and talk to the kids and tell them their opportunities and show them what they can do. We're fortunate in Concordia Parish, particularly in Vidalia, in that our businesses do support us and do help us.
Destiny Cooper gives praise to nonprofit organizations that have made dropout prevention part of their mission.
Like Big Buddy, Wordplay, which is just broke off from Big Buddy and forming their own larger nonprofit, Forward Arts, Big Brother, Big Sister, City Year. There are so many nonprofits that do come in and provide the resources that honestly we don't have the fiscal capability to provide.
Cooper says caring teachers and motivated school administrators working together can turn potential dropouts into high school graduates, like her former student, Jordan.
Jordan was a senior. He transferred in the middle of the year. He was very polite, very respectful, and seemed to want to do well, but sort of got lost in the mix. He was skipping class. He wasn't around. He was coming to school and not reporting to a single class. And so how are you going to get him if you're not aware he's not there? So in that case, I went immediately to administration. And they cared enough to say, wait a minute, he's not going to anybody's class. Let's get the support system going. And that's when we got mom involved, and that's when we got the guidance counselors involved. And when I talked to the administration about it, I learned that Jordan had recently lost a friend. He saw his friend get killed. So when he sat down with me and those other administrators, and we got down to the problem, and he talked to us and we talked to him, Jordan graduated.
For the Southern Education Desk, I'm Sue Lincoln.